Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to SandS Aquatic. It's been just over a week now since I did my last video, and a little bit of a shout out, guys. I mean, wow, you know, to all the people that watched the video, that subscribed, that hit a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. It really means the world to me. If you're new to the channel, go and have a look. I do have another video, my start video, where I embarked on my new hobby. Well, new old hobby. About 15 years ago, I did a fish tank, give or take. And well, I actually had 4 fish tanks here in my lounge. And I gave up the hobby. And about 3 months ago, 2.5, 3 months, give or take 2.5, 3 months, the end of October, I bought what I call the aquatic dream. It's my aquatic dream. And I set it up. It's a 5-foot tank, 630 liters. It's got a 1.2 meter sump in the bottom, circulating roughly about 5,500 liters an hour. I went further and then I did myself 2 other shrimp tanks. But go look at the other video. I don't want to bore you in this video, else we're going to take too long. Go look at the other video. I actually do a little bit of an introduction. Neo-Caridina shrimp tanks. And obviously my aquatic dream, as I call it. But to those new to the channel, thank you so much for taking the time to watch us. Hit a thumbs up, hit a subscribe. It costs nothing, guys. It's literally, if you like the content and you want to see some more of this content, I'm trying to build myself a channel and just for people who are like-minded and love the hobby as much as I do. I've got quite a bit to cover today. So today's quite a big day. And moving on, the 5-foot has not been cycled, has not had a water change in probably about a month. So what I want to do is I want to do a water change, but I'm doing quite a big water change because I'm going below the inlet and also below the outlets at the back. I've got a wave maker in there. I actually want to get rid of the wave maker. The reason I got the wave maker in there is because the outlets that I've got there are 250mm outlets. Now, guys, if you have ideas on how I can stop this, they're 250mm outlets. I've got a shuttle valve on the back for only one of the outlets. When the water pressure is pumping down into my sump in the bottom, it's quite heavy. I mean, it's water running out of the tank, and it's, I would say, 3/4 filled on the outlet. I can actually show you. Let me just, so if you have a look here, there's the outlets over there. And if we give a top-down view, so you can see, it's at half. I would say about half. That it's pumping water out into the tank. Now, the thing is, my fishies that are in here, all these beautiful neons, I've got Japan blue endlers in here. You can see them at the back there if this camera will focus. My Japan blue endlers, not so much the bigger ones, the bigger tetras. They're okay, but the smaller fish are very inquisitive of that. So what they do is they swim past there, or there may be debris that ends up against that. You can see there's a little bit on it. And they'll want to eat it, but the suction is so massive that they get stuck against it. And then obviously they perish. They can't break loose from that suction. So then what happens is they get stuck against it. And unfortunately I lose a little fishy then. So what I want to do today is I'm dropping the water level. I'm going to tone down the pump in the bottom. Like I said, I'm doing 5,500 liters in this tank. I'm going to shut off one of the valves, and I'm going to try and regulate it so that the flow is a little bit less that is coming through on that back feed. I'm also going to do a media change, media clean, do a little bit of a vacuum on the tank. And so if you, and you're going to follow the journey, for the next few minutes, we're going to see exactly where and how this journey goes. So I'm just going to put the camera back where I did. It's a bit difficult when you vlog in by yourself, and most of you guys would know this if you are vloggers, that if you don't have a camera guy, then it's quite difficult because I've got to assume that everything's working. I can see the little light flashing on my GoPro, but that's fine. So I've actually got a book here because I forget things that I want to talk about in this video, and I'm not going to try and in the sump, and I'll show you now. I'm going to take off all these doors. So all these doors, this cupboard that I had made, are all magnetic. They stick magnetic to the frame. I'm going to cut the filter wool. So what I did is the filter medium that I've got in there, I just basically cut it to size to fit into the tank, but it's very high. So I'm going to cut it a bit flush with the tank. That's one of the things that I want to do there. I'm not touching the lava rocks for my biological, because there's a lot of biological enzymes inside there, and I don't want to mess with the biological. But the filter wool I will change. Something that's funny. So when I started this tank 2 months ago, in November, when I started this tank, and that was probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks after cycling it, I decided, hey, I want shrimp as well. So I threw 6 shrimp in here, and I haven't seen them since. They, I don't know where they are. You know what? I found them there. I found 2 blues, 1 red. So I put it in there. So these are, I can never get this right, and I haven't. So those are red cherry, Neocaridina shrimps in that tank, and I'll show you again, Nana, for the new people that are looking at. And then in this tank over here, I've got, I can't remember. I hit a blank. Sorry. I'll let you know later in the video when it comes back to me. Okay, so you see my book, the happy book. So what I've got is the shrimp in the sump. So obviously when I take the filter wool out, I've got some filter wool in there, and I've got sponge filter medium, coarse, a medium, and the thin one to drain before I get to the lava rocks. And I'll show you that now when we take off the cupboards. So I'll cut that down, make sure the shrimpies in the sump, if there is any, and I'm almost sure that they've had little babies, and little babies there. Once again, went through the little vent over there for the sump, and they would have been sucked straight down. So they just go straight down with a 50mm pipe straight into the sump. But they've been living, so they survived that. I'm going to do a shout out as well, guys. So a good 90% of my fishing here are from a supplier, local supplier. This gentleman is amazing to deal with. Okay, this hobby can be expensive. There's a lot of big franchise suppliers out there. I'm not going to mention names, but if you do the research and you're in the Johannesburg area, there's a lot of really large guys that say we are number one in the market, we're the best in the industry, and that type of thing. Yes, they may be, but they're also the number one in pricing. Okay. The gentleman, and I'll give you the name of their company now, and I'll put a link in the bottom to get hold of him, has been amazing. This guy's got amazing knowledge. He's got a very small little fish room. Okay, and when I say small fish room, not really small. He's got about 20, 30 tanks, and he is a supplier of fish. So fish and shrimp and plants. Plus, he makes his own substrate, soil in the bottom that I've got in the 5 foot. He also does gravel, okay? He does rocks, all sorts of decoration rocks. He does driftwood. He does mapani wood. So he is a shrimp shop. He's not a shrimp shop. He is a retailer. But he's a really, really well-priced retailer. The name of the company is called Tropicon Aquatics. I'll say it again, Tropicon Aquatics. And this is a huge shout out to Aaron, who has supported me in the last 3 months of my journey of setting up this and setting up my 2 shrimp tanks as well. I've got another 2 tanks on order, but that'll be in another video because I'm going to, so I've got the red cherries and I've got the blue dreams. There we go. Blue dream, Neocaridina shrimp and red cherry Neocaridina shrimp. I am doing another 2 tanks, probably the same size, about a 45 liter, 35, 45 liter. I'm going to do green jade Neocaridinas, and I want to do 24 karat gold Neocaridinas. Am I doing this for profit? Probably not. So, you know, what I will do is when they breed and they get too much in the tank and I need to get rid of them, hey, I may even say, hey guys, you want some shrimp? Drop me a line, come get some shrimp. Or I may just sell them back on to Tropicon Aquatics. You know, I don't know. I don't know what, I know what I pay for them, but we'll decide that later. But guys, go check out Tropicon Aquatics. I'll drop in his details to his page and that, so you can look. All my products that I use for my tanks, so stabilizers, neutralizers, biofilter setup, the stuff for the shrimp tanks, all come from Tropicon Aquatics as well. And let me just get a bottle out here. So the product is Ocean 6. I love it. It's affordable. Okay, as I mentioned early on, this is an expensive hobby and it can get expensive. There's a lot of really good products out there, international imports. Why do international when you can do local? So Ocean 6, I've got Vitality, I've got stuff for the plant growth that's called Grow. I've got Guardian, which protects the fishies. Ideally, you put that in a new setup of the tank. And it's got all the dosing instructions on the side. And whenever I do a water change, then I add it in as well to the tank. I've done tests on tanks. I've tested the water on the tanks. Everything's fine. The nitrates and nitrates are fine. The pH is fine on that, on the shrimp tanks. And I'll give you a view of the shrimp tanks now in a second. This one should be in view of the camera. This one has not had a water change, and I'm not going to change the water. I don't need to change the water in this one. I top it up when it runs low, and I top it up. I test on a weekly basis. I've got a schedule. Mondays, well, actually Sundays. Sundays is my top-up day for the tanks, just to top up water. On this tank, I top up the sump, which in turn tops up the tank, and then to feed my fiddle leaf plants, and then walk around the house and all my other plants and etc. Okay, so I mentioned the 2 new tanks that I'm going to bring in, and I'll do another video on that one. I bought myself, I found, you know how difficult it is for this? Bloodworms. So bloodworms is good for a protein source, and almost like a live food protein source. Now, years ago when I did the hobby, you could pick up blister packs. It's a pack. It's got a little, like a tablet size in it. You stick it in the freezer. When you want to feed, you take it out. You've got one of 2 ways to do it. You stick it on the glass in the tank, or you can put it in a little bowl, drop a few drops of water on it, and, just let it dissolve. Thaw. That's the word I was looking for. And then you'd feed the bloodworms to your fish. So I managed to actually find a supplier. They are importing, so I'm going to try it. It's one of the larger suppliers, as I mentioned before. So it's a franchise supplier. Let's see. I'm going to try it, but I need to give them something other than just flake foods. Yeah. So that's on the bloodworms. Now, what else is there? So, guys, without any further ado, in this tank, that piece of wood there, and I'm actually going to bring the camera in so you can see. So that piece of driftwood that's sitting over there, if the camera will focus, okay, so it is focusing, actually see I've got a bit of a black algae growth on that piece of wood. So today I am taking that out of the tank as well. I'm going to just wash it down. I've got a new bucket over here because I do not know what is hiding. So I've got a 75 litre, I think it's a 75 litre container over there. I don't know what's hiding underneath it. So the thing is that I don't want to take a chance of taking that out and putting it into my black bucket that I've got over here, where you see I've taken out my internal canister filter. A shame, I lost one of my fishies, got stuck behind it yesterday. I saw it when I came in, so I just removed the filter, and then this morning I found one of, let's see, yeah, it's one of those biggish guys swimming around the back. I don't know, is this camera focusing? It should be focusing. But yeah, I found him around the back. I found him stuck behind. And then this morning was floating. Shame, man. And we can have a moment of silence for the fishy that lost his life getting stuck behind the filter. Alrighty then, and then back to the thing. No, I feel very sorry when I lose a fish. So anyways, I want to take a piece of wood out, scrub it down, just do things. I've got to clean up some of the plants. My plants are doing really, really well, and this is where they grow. But I have got some hair algae on some of the plants. So I'm going to cut back some of the plants, just clean up here, and just take off. And, I've got ottosinclus in here, about 8 of them. They are somewhere around in the tank, swimming around, doing something. But they don't. These guys get fed too well. They really get fed way too well. So the otters will rather wait for food than eat the algae. The little cory catfish that are sniffling around here in the front, as you can see them over there, they as well. They will rather just wait for a nice algae pellet to come in than to actually go and eat the algae. So there's a bit of a cleanup today. It's going to be quite a process to clean this up. And take out the work. In my first video, sorry guys, my brain works overtime all the time. So I'm just going to put the camera back here so that we've got a view, and then I can step back into the picture. Yeah. If you recall in my first video, for the people that are new on the channel, that haven't seen it, please go look at the first video. I had 3 peace lilies. I think the one was a philodendron, Anthurium, guys, scientific plant names, I don't know. A red peace lily and white peace lilies. So I had a beautiful white peace lily over here and a red one over there. They're actually outside, just getting a little bit of sun today, because they are indoor plants, but they're constantly indoor. So I just thought, you know what, put them outside a little bit. I bought another peace lily because I don't want to chop up the one that I got. Well, not chop up, but I don't want to do anything to the one I got. I think I'm just going to let it grow inside. It looks beautiful. It adds to the area here. The other peace lily, the new one that I bought, I am going to take it, and when the tank is finished, I'm going to clean it, but I'm going to do that in another video. So I'm going to do the peace lily transplant video. And I'm going to transplant the peace lily outside the tank. I bought myself, so you can buy cages to hold your plants. So basically what it does is it hooks over the side of the tank. It hangs probably about so much in the tank, in the water level. You stick the roots of the plant that you want to do, with pothos or peace lily, whichever ones that you want, Anthurium. Stick it into the tank and then have the leaves outside the tank, and it looks beautiful. It helps break down nitrates and nitrites. So it basically helps with water conditioning. Now, I've got support braces that sit here. I actually ordered myself some stuff from the internet, or in America they call it the interweb, from the internet. And but I've got braces here, so it doesn't fit past. So what I actually did is I found a video, And I made myself, if it focuses, it should focus on it, I made myself a little hanger. So what's awesome about this, and this is using an old coat hanger, steel coat hanger, and some air tubing. So you take a coat hanger, you cut it, and then you bend it to the shape. So what's going to happen is that hangs over the edge. Let me stand like this. That hangs over the edge of the tank, like here on the side. And then you take the roots of the peace lily and you put it in there and down there, and you can squeeze it together and it holds, and it'll just hold it, and it'll grow. And then the roots will obviously grow in the tank as well. But that's for my next video, so I'll do that on the next video. Right, so where we? Okay, let me take these off. And I don't think last time I showed, in the first video, I just showed briefly what it looked like inside. I just want to move this away. So like I said, these are all on here with magnets. So I've got magnets down to hold it on. Didn't want doors that swing open. Well, I can't have doors because I've got that TV unit that sits in the way here. So here comes my negotiation skills. I can never fit in here. Okay, now I'll fit it in. Oh goodness, I've got a plug here that I've got to unplug. I actually forgot about that. Before I shock myself silly. Okay, I'll just put you there for now so I don't touch wire to anything in that. You're out. You're out. So this door is really almost like a melamine top that I had made. Yeah, cost me a little bit, but you know what? I wanted it to be beautiful. There you go, the magnet's releasing, and there we go. Okay. So what I've got here, and I've got some stuff here. I've got that and that we can put over there. All right, so you should be able to see it from a distance over there. There's my sump. Internal. Let me see if I can see any fishies. Any shrimpies. No shrimpies. Shrimpy, where are you? Where are you, shrimpies? I can see snails. What are these snails doing here? And how did these snails get into my... Okay, so guys, just one thing on this tank. This tank, I'm very selective. The only snails I have in here are horned nerites. Horned nerite snails. Go and do research if you're not sure on them. Go do some research on the horned nerites. They do not breed in fresh water. They need salt water to breed. So I don't want snails breeding in here. In the shrimp tanks, I've got red ram's horns. Red ram's horns are breeding like, oh, amazing. Somehow I'm seeing 2 snails in there. It could have been transported with a plant. I will move them, maybe throw them into here. But I don't want pond snails. I don't want any other snails. I don't want breeding snails in here. Nerites are fine. I've got to show you this. So I spoke about Tropicon Aquatics. Yeah. I bought angels. Okay. So you can see them over there. There's an angel. I've got 3 of them in here. They are swimming around. I bought 3 angels from Aaron at Tropicon Aquatics. Oh, there's the other one there. There's the other little one there swimming down the bottom there. And there's another one around here somewhere. These are his own breed. So these are 3rd, 4th, 5th generation red devils. But it's his own breed. So he has bred these angels. They are beautiful. And they are going to grow beautiful. For those that don't know, this is a tetra tank. So I've only got tetras in here, small peaceful fish. Funny enough, an angel is actually a cichlid from the cichlid family. But they are peaceful enough to coexist with what I have in the tank and the tetras I have in the tank. Threw an almond leaf in there. Probably have to move it. It's getting sucked against my skull. Got to clean the skull a little bit. Okay. So there's the sun. And there's the filter media that I said I want to cut. So I bought myself a nice scissors to chop that off. And then I'm just going to chop that off and cut it up. And there's the pump. but I've reduced the flow on there. I'm still getting quite a bit of flow. I'll see now on that side what's happening there. But yeah, okay. So we might have to time lapse some stuff because it's going to get boring if I just record for the next 2 or 3 hours. And now we've been running already for what, 25 minutes on this video. Maybe what I'll do, I've just about covered everything that I want to do with the tank, and it's getting warm here in my lounge. It's going to be a blister here in Johannesburg today. Weather's estimated at 29 degrees, I think it is. So it's going to be warm. Tank's temperature, 24 degrees. That's fine. That's fine. I've got to turn off that pump. I've got to turn off my heaters. I can leave my air stones running because that's running on a pump around the corner. So I'm just going to turn that off. And then I'm going to start. So, yeah, that's about it. Guys, awesome. Remember, this, in the bottom, that side, look, click, and subscribe. Doesn't cost you a cent. Doesn't cost you a cent to subscribe. Click the video. Cool. And I will be back. Thank you for taking this journey for me. And once again, to all the people that have watched it, guys, you're amazing. Thank you. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for liking it. It really does mean the world to me. You know, there's, for someone trying to start this and show an interest for like-minded people, there's tons of overseas content out there. There is some local guys. There are local guys doing some videos. But you know what? Local fish keepers doing it. Very few homeowners or guys that love and have a passion for the hobby and doing it and bringing you into their home to come and enjoy this hobby with them. So thank you very much for the new guys. Thank you so much for joining and taking the time. I will see you guys in a bit. It's going to be a couple of seconds on the video. To me, it's going to be a couple of hours. And let me start this and start my cleaning. So until I come back, cheers. Sean out. Hey, welcome back. Guys, I think it's about 2 hours later. Man, this is a mission. Now I know why they charge so much, the guys that come out to clean your tanks. This is not an easy task, guys. I must say, it took its slight bit of a toll on me, and I had to clean. So just want to show you what it looks like in my lounge. It does not look good at the moment. I've got all sorts of things. I've got a bucket of old waste there. Good thing to do is water your plants with this. This is good. My peace lily took a little bit of a beating outside in the sun, so I brought it back inside, gave it a little bit of water, also from the bucket here. But yeah, so thanks, Hazy. Just done the water top up. Busy monitoring the flow rate. Cut the sponges down a bit. Still got to put some filter wool in there. Removed that other log. If you recall, it was sitting over there, and then I moved my predator skull or whatever it is, dinosaur skull, to there. I'm probably going to take that out, but yeah, try to clean up as much, cut back some plants. I've got to do still some more. And there's my one angel, there's my other angel. So yeah, I'm building up a sweat here, guys. No, seriously, this is not even funny. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to start paying people to do this job for me. I actually got some quotes, so it's not too bad. But you know what? I love it, and I'm actually enjoying it, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I've still got to do the glass covers that go, yeah. So, but I've cleaned all the glasses here, shut off that flow rate on the right, The left flow rate is on. The wave maker's there, but I haven't turned it on. I'm going to leave it off for a while because the flow is really low. So I haven't turned up the pump that much. So let's see if it works. But it's giving a nice calm feel in the aquarium at the moment. So yeah, got to still clean that glass a little bit there. I've just seen that glass has still got a little bit of algae. But yeah, I just thought I'd come back like 2 hours later and give you an update and yeah, just show you what's happening. So as you can see, everything is here. Some tanks, they've been like all in the corner watching me, going like, what the heck are you doing, dude? But yeah, I'll catch you guys. Get a thumbs up. I'll catch you guys in the next one as I come back. So, but thanks, guys. Thanks for taking the journey with me. Yo, this is a mission. This is going to start adding some additives to the water now because I've done a water change. I did quite a substantial water change. So it's probably about 30%. The way I gauge it is I go from the soil to the water level. Halfway of that is 50%, and then a third of that is 75%. So I probably did a 30% water change. So I've got to add some chemicals back into the water, some additives, not chemicals, additives back into the water, some Guardian. Biologicals are already running. I don't need to do that. I'll do some Prime in there as well. And that's that Ocean 6 products that I mentioned early on in the first video. But yeah, thanks guys. Chat to you later.